as needed. Um, Now, I won't start with 73. I think a lot of people will say that one's hard, I think. So what is 73?
Um, y equals L and x over all of the power cosine.
Okay, so I started to understand, I was looking at people's work. I was starting to understand why people get confused with this one. So first of all, the first confusion is not x to the cosine of x. It's the whole argument of ln of x to cosine of x. So you cannot take the cosine of x down. That's the first of all you need to understand. Does that make sense? Because if it's ln of x without parenthesis, then x to the cosine of x, then you can bring the cosine of x down. So I cannot do that. I cannot bring it down yet, but I can do something else to bring it down. So that's going to be natural log of y is equal to natural log of x to the cosine of x. Now you can bring the power down. So that's going to be cosine of x times ln of x. And now you can get to this stage. Now this comes, so this problem has a first difficulty already because it's parenthesis, the argument to the power. In order to do that, you have to natural log both sides. Second obstacle is there is two rules involved taking derivative of this. What are those two rules? What? Chain rule and what else? Power rule. So there's two things that you multiply each other.
Yeah.
And on this side, it's going to be y prime over y, so don't forget that. And that's going to be negative sine of x times natural log of x. And then plus cosine of x times derivative of this. Now this is u. So it will be natural log of x times 1 over x. And that's a proper way to write it. Now it's going to be y prime over negative sine of x bracket times natural log x. Sorry, that's not. Plus cosine of x 1 over x ln of x like this times ln of x to the cosine of x. This is a derivative, but the problem is not finished yet. Now, if you get down to here, you're doing great because you know how to take a derivative of very complex equation. You know what your argument is. You know, pay attention to this, all the small detail. How many of you guys got this far? Okay, good. So those of you guys are doing great till this moment. Okay? But do you have any question till this moment? I moved the y to the other side, so I multiply both sides by y. And then so y and y cancel out, this becomes y. Y is the equations here. So guys, if you don't understand, please ask me questions. So Balin just asked me a question I thought intuitively that you guys should know, but because my brain is been doing this like 5 times a day, so a lot of times I thought that this is just very easy. So, and then plus last 10 years, so that's 50 times for the last 4 years. So I kind of ignore something that like you guys don't understand. And in order to make me a better teacher, you ask me questions why that is, rather than just say, oh, I'm gonna just copy down whatever he said. Any questions so far? Now I'm gonna plug in e because you need to find the slope. So negative sine of e, natural log of e, and a lot of people refuse to write down stuff because on AP exam you could get just point for doing that. Now understand that this part here is ln of e is what? That is 1. So what's ln of 1? 0. So the whole thing's gonna go away. This is gonna 0 out. What's ln of e? 1. So they'll end up to be plus cosine of e over e. What's ln of e? This times 1 to the cosine of e. What's 1 to the cosine of e power? 1. Because 1 to the any power is 1. So therefore it's cosine of e over e. So now equation tangent line. So McKenna, what you just find is the slope. And then you're gonna plug in the equation tangent line. I don't know what's the point is. E and what? 1. So be y minus 1 equal to cosine of e over e times x minus e. How many guys got this far? Good. All you guys are gonna have no problem on the test. Because this is probably one of the harder questions. It has everything on it. Nizar?
Why can't you cancel out the over the argument?
Yes. That's the same question as McKenna got it wrong yesterday because she thought that natural log of t over t squared, this t can cancel out. But thing is, today is cosine of e. This is a parenthesis. This is a belong to cosine. And this e cannot cancel out. Very, very, like, those are questions that if you don't ask, I don't answer them. And if you don't answer them, you just thought that you didn't understand it. So I'd rather you ask me those questions or show me on your homework. That's why I said, Nisa, you need to do your homework. That's why I can see what kind of mistake you make throughout the time. I can do this in back of my head. I can have my eyes closed without pencil. I can work it out on my head. So I take for granted. So I don't know what you don't know. So if you don't do your homework, you don't show me where you miss, I cannot help you to be better because you're gonna be like, oh, he just do this because he's yeah. Yes, Armin.
I mean, I was just having a question about: is there going to be a lot of e's on the test, like trig functions that we can't like really plug in, so we're just going to keep them as like cosine?
Ideally, if you have a cosine of e, you cannot evaluate it. But I would know, like, if you're a good math student, you know cosine of e is actually a negative number. That's the only thing I can tell you. Do you know what's a negative number? E is 2.71. It's very close to x-axis on the second quadrant. So cosine has to be negative. That's the only thing I know. Yes.
What happens with the ln cosine?
ln e is 1. 1 to the cosine of e. Cosine of e is a value, right? So 1 to the any power is what?
Oh yeah, 1.
So that's therefore that's part just comes.
Okay, yeah. So I just forgot that I was like,
Good question. Next question. Yes, Gabby.
I'm kind of confused about the 1 to cosine e and like.
Okay, so 1 to the any power. So 1 to the 2 is what? 1 to the 3 is what? 1 to the 1/2 power is what? So it doesn't matter what value is, it's always going to give you 1. How about 1 to the 0 power? Well, anything to the 0 power is 1. So even 0 works. Yes, nearly. 87, what's 87 says?
Plus y minus 1.
X plus y minus 1.
Natural log parentheses x squared plus y squared.
And what do you want to do?
Use implicit differentiation to find an equation with the tangent.
Okay, so this is a more difficult question. Do they give you a coordinate or no? 1 comma 0? Okay, so okay, so this is 1 0, so this one's gonna be x squared plus y squared, right? This is a 2x plus 2y dy dx. Are you what happened? She say I'm actually slow.
logarithm derivative.
No, I forgot the one at the beginning.
Derivative of x.
Keep going.
Okay, derivative of x is 1. Genius. So I'm not plugging out a value, so that's gonna be 2 plus,
You plug it in there.
yeah, that's gonna be 0, so that's gonna be 0 here, over 1 plus 0 square, 1 plus dy dx. Dy dx is equal to 1. 2 minus 1.
You don't have to isolate the dx.
I did. I got 2 on the right side, and I moved the 1 over. I subtract 1.
No, but like the dx inside the graph.
This one?
You don't have
Because y times 1 times 0 is 0.
Yeah, but like you don't have to isolate it before you plug in the one.
No, because 0 times anything is 0. If anything I can fade out, I will fade it out.
Did you do that now?
If that becomes the background, then that's what's the derivative of x?
I knew, but in my brain one goes away. So I have to add one. My slow is 2. I knew something happened. Now I know what happened. One goes
Another question I want to go over is this one. I think it's the x squared over x minus 1, right?
There's a question about it.
a lot of questions.
Yeah, isn't that one that separates you like the ln thing? Like, where oh,
Did you guys do this part?
you can do it that way. Yeah, we do that.
57, I think.
I didn't do this. The reason why.
Okay, so did you know how to take a derivative here? But you have to see what the constant. The constant, this is 1. So it'll be 2 ln of 2 times 1 over x minus 1 over ln of 2 times 1 over x minus 1. And this is the y, and this is the answer here. Done. Yes?
So why is it natural log of natural log before you derive it?
What? Because of changing base. Log of b of m is equal to natural log of m over natural log of 2. Or natural log of b, sorry.
What? I just looked. I didn't know how to do it. I just looked it up.
Would I ask you one question about logarithm? Yes.
What?
You know what is constant will help you.
He wants to do it.
Oh, because you're in the top. It just takes on the it's like takes on you did really good on that.
Base is typically smaller number, bigger number. Natural
Every day I hear news about DeepSeek.
What's DeepSeek? Oh, is that the Chinese version of ChatGPT?
It's free.
It's free. No, let's get banned. Apparently only costs $5 million.
Yeah, and ChatGPT costs like $5 billion.
And it probably costs $5 million because the workers are underpaid. No.
That's probably true. I know that sounds kind of racist, but it's probably kind of true.
I saw a video. It's like, Dad, look what I made. And it's like a can and a string. It's like, okay, you hear it. And then he points at that. Oh, look, kids in China.
All right, so questions. Yes. Sure. Any other question you need me to go over? 103. Kadian, yes.
Can you go over 94?
What does 94 says?
Y equals natural log of x over x. But
Y equal to natural log of x over x?
yeah, and you have to find the extrema and
Oh, I love this question. No, this question's on the test. Thanks.
Oh, this is, I'm gonna read it.
I don't care to be nerd. Okay, so I love this question because it has a lot of things to talk about. So y prime is equal to low. Again, x and x cannot cancel out. So low d high minus high d low over low low. So it'll be 1 minus ln of x over x squared. Is that okay? So 1 minus ln of x equal to 0, ln of x equal to 1, x equal to what?
E.
That's e. Anything less than 0 is not defined, so you don't need to worry about it. So you can write down undefined. E, well, something less than e. What's a value less than e? 1. So I plug in 1 here. Now, do I care about x squared? No, that's always positive. So it'll be 1 minus ln of x. The only thing I had to do test out. So that's going to be positive and negative. E comma 1 over e is a relative max. Is there any inflection point? I don't know. Y double prime, low, d high minus high, d low over low low. This is a question on the test. This is a great question. Y double prime is going to be x minus 2x plus ln of x. Wait, should be 2x ln of x, right? Plus 2x ln of x. Is that okay? That's simplify. And factor out x. If you get to this part, you are a genius. So negative 3 plus 2 ln of x equal to 0. 2 ln x equal to 3. ln of x is equal to 3 over 2. So then that's going to be e to the 3 over 2. 0 undefined. And I'm going to test from negative 3 plus 2 ln of x. Since the bottom part is negative, so I'm going to test e to the 1 first. E to the 1 will give you negative. This is positive. This is concave down. Concave up. E to the 3 over 2. Whatever that value is going to be inflection points. Great questions. Everybody got it right? 2. Okay, Eli and Nelly. Yes, Bernicia? What? Because I got natural log of x equal to 3 over 2. I'm going to e to the both sides to get x by itself. E and natural log are inverse to each other, so they cancel each other out.
Oh, yeah, both know if it's positive.
Here. So I went from one left over x squared over x squared to
I watched it with my dad.
that's what I got. I
Well,
got my answer, or at least but I'm just not sure.
Inflection point, you're not sure?
No, I got that right.
Maximum you got right.
Is that
The second derivative you got wrong.
what would you rather not split it?
Yeah, I'll rather not split it because hold on a second. It doesn't mean it's wrong. I think you probably did your arithmetic somewhere. It doesn't mean it's wrong though. I would say probably if we work out perfectly, it should get exact same answer. Now, if you were not sure if my answer is correct or wrong, graph it and see which one's right. And graph yours, see which one's right.
Bro, there's like I watched that show. There's like a 30-minute segment of her just like describing.
All right, so questions.
It's the most chaotic thing ever, but nothing's actually happening.
Yes,
If you get like
guys.
if you get like 0 as the inflection point or maximum, that can't be it, right? LN, you can't have LN of 0.
No, because yeah, so that's like it would be one side limit. So it'd be one side to come in like this. So there was no point to have an inflection point. The inflection point requires is a point, right? That point has to be defined. Now, sometimes you still test the concavity. So for example, like 1 over x, one's concave up, one's concave down, but you still test at that 0. But it doesn't count as an inflection point. It does have a concavity change before the 1 over x, before 0, and those after 1 over x, there was concave up and concave down changes. But it does not mean that there was an inflection point because there was no point to begin with, because the original domain is not qualified.
So if you have the like f double prime of x is undefined, but f of x is defined, it's still an inflection point.
Possibility. So you still have to do a number line test. I don't know, because you could have positive, right? You could have, even though it's after asymptote, that you can have concave up. So for example, 1 over x squared, it looks like this. It both concave up. You have to test before and after, but you know that there's no point still. Yes, Kaden.
What did it say for the last one?
I have no idea. I'm just too lazy to plug in, but you can plug in that one. So it'll be 3 over 2 e. So it'll be 3 over 2e, I think. 3 over 2e. I'm just too lazy to plug in. But yeah, this is it. All right, next question. All right, so we're gonna talk about stuff today. Yeah, what is your middle name?
Gregory. That's my dad's name.
Gregory?
What?
So freaking white. I swear white.
That's my dad's. That's my dad's. You want to hear my dad's?
You gonna
middle
name your
name?
kid Bennett Jr.?
No. My dad's middle name is.
I can see him name his kid Bennett Jr.
Not that.
All right, so what do you think 1 over x dx integration of this is going to be? Yeah, so because derivative ln of x is equal to 1 over x. Okay, so what do you think a du over u is going to be?
Does it have to be absolute value of x?
Yes.
understood that it's
Oh, what?
that you have to.
The math I didn't do.
You don't have to on some cases, but most of the cases I will put that. Okay, what is du over u? Now, what's the difference between those two functions? Now, so the way to easily to explain this, anything is not x is u. Not x and not constant. So if some type of variable, even 2x, that's u. X minus 1 is u. 1 minus x is u. Does that make sense? Anything that's not x is u. But therefore, there's a du involvement. So every time you take integration, there's a du involvement, right? So then you have to figure out what that is. So don't, a lot of you guys take it u substitution for that particular test. You do u equal to something, you forgot to do du. And you forgot to solve for dx. And that's the main problem. So let's just say if I have this, what do you think this is? Hayden?
Natural log of value of x squared plus c.
Well, I mean, yeah, but the easiest thing is take out a 2 in the front. So be 2, 1 over x dx. And this is going to be 2 ln of x plus c. Now, what he say is not wrong. He just moved a 2 up here. I don't need to do that. But if I want to do that, there is a benefit of this particular situation. Because that's going to be ln of x squared plus c rather than absolute value. Why? X squared is always positive. In this particular case. Not all the time. But this one can use parenthesis rather than absolute value. Because it's not going to be positive. Yeah. So you don't need absolute value. Any other situation? Okay, so okay, what would it be here? Mio, pay attention. Yes, you zone out. You know, in China, in the classroom, it's pretty scary. They have like a camera in the front, and they can see which kid are zoned out. They have all the facial recognition. They just put in the front, and they study them.
We're in America.
This is what I would do in my classroom. You see, like, Neely's drawing on iPad. Yes. Okay. So let me ask somebody. Brendan, what would you do here?
1 over u.
Well, what do I have to do first? You're right. It's 1 over u, but what do I have to do first? You're right.
What would you do?
What's that called? That's something to deal with u. What's that called? Yeah, so what u equal to?
U equals 4 times 1.
Now, did you do du? What is du? For what? For what?
Or dx.
Thank you. Because you need that dx over there. You cannot just say 4. What the hell is 4? You had to evaluate dx because that's valuable. Because du over 4. That's how you convert everything in terms of u. So that's going to be 1 over u, du over 4. Do you see this is a constant? So it'll be 1 over 4 natural log of 4x minus 1 plus c. Why this one is an absolute value? Because x minus 1 could be negative.
do it over there.
Do you understand?
Oh, I just got it.
Please, u equal to something. Please take a derivative of du. Please don't forget the dx. Please don't forget the value for dx. Plug it back in, convert everything in terms of u, including the boundary. Including the boundary. Make sure to do everything in terms of u if I have definite integrals.
You go back to the very top.
What?
Okay, if you go back.
That's why there's a small difference. Anything not x is u. Kind of confusing. It's like, what the hell is he saying? Anything not x is u. X plus 1 is u. X minus 1 is u. 1 minus x is u.
Okay.
Okay? Alright, so what if I have a graph? And this graph look like something like this. And I'll tell you the function. This one's y equal to x over x squared plus 1. And then this is the number 3. And we say, hey, I want you to find area of here. Good, can you do it? Some people are already one step ahead.
I'm not hearing right now. I hear pop music. Intermission.
Do everything in terms of u, including the boundary. Oh my god, Nelly.
You're not paying attention.
My hair is
Make your hair smaller. If you straight out your hair, then you can see.
my hair more than Nelly. Like,
I feel if that hair is white, then you look like those, you know, how this Benjamin Franklin hair. You know what I'm talking about? Looks like
that's what I want to be when I'm alone.
George Washington. So I need an integral. But what else I need to do? There's a boundary, right? 0 to 3. Make sure that this is the x bound. You want to make sure if you do a u substitution, you must make sure the u bound. Does that make sense?
Oh.
U equal to x squared plus 1. What is du? Please. Du, not just 2x, Brendan. 2x dx. And you are also evaluate the dx. So that's going to be x over x, oops, u squared u du over 2x. Do you see this x cancel out? And take a 1/2 out. Du over u. Do you see that? Now what happened with the boundary? I draw 2 arrows to tell me, hey, I need to sub the bound because everything is u bound. Do not convert back to x. That's another people problem is they do a u bound and then they convert back to x. Do not convert, just say everything is u. 3 squared plus 1 is equal to 10. 0 squared plus 1 is equal to 1. So be 10, 1. Is that okay? And 1/2 ln of u between 10 to 1. 1/2 ln of 10 minus ln of 1. 1/2 ln of 10. Because ln of 1 is what? ln square root 10, both are right answers. I take both answers. Great answers. Got it? Faster, faster, faster. Yeah, just do everything in U because the boundary was X, right? You convert the boundary to U and just do everything in U. Don't convert back to X. If you convert back to X, you're gonna get a wrong answer. Okay, so there was two benefits of doing U substitution, everything in terms of U. Of course, you can do it. You can convert back to X and do it use X bound. Yes, but that's not how AP exam is gonna word it. AP exam is gonna word it where you have to convert everything to U, and you have to do it in terms of U, especially on multiple choice. That's the first benefit. Second benefit is calculus 2, because calculus 2, you're gonna deal with the radians on the boundaries, and there's gonna be pi over 6 and pi over 2. You want to convert that back to the whatever it is. Especially when we deal with just recently we've done trig integrals and trig substitution, you have to do with the different boundaries. So two benefit of doing U boundary is once for AP exam, you're gonna see those questions, you can eliminate half of the choices if you just change the boundary. And you can pick the right answer pretty easily. But here's how do I do this question? Very easy, by the way. Now, do you see that 1 degree difference on all the questions? By the way, do you see this 1 degree difference? This is 2, this is 1, right? Do you see that 1 degree difference?
Yeah.
Do you see that there's a 1 degree difference? Because this is a 1 degree, this is 0 degree. Constant is 0 degree. So this is 1 degree here. Do you see this 1 degree difference? 1 and 0. 1 and 0. 2 and 1, right? 1 degree difference. Do you see the 1 degree difference here?
You have to do back of it if it's more than 1 degree.
You don't need a back sub. It's much easier than you think. You gotta do du though. And you have to solve for dx. You're gonna see it.
No, if it's more than 1 degree.
Oh, it's more than 1 degree difference is long division. We're gonna do that tomorrow. Yay, long division. Please.
I still don't remember this.
I like my young.
Oh my god, wait. Technically, it's way easier.
Wait,
I remember Jesus teach long division to Alan. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
I forgot it. I remember keeping long
Jesus, you should beat Alan. He forgot it.
I spent half an hour showing this.
Already?
What's a u equal to? What is a du? Does that look familiar? Cancel out du over u, natural log of x cubed plus x plus c, and you're done. Wow, so hard.
Yay, we did it.
Even though there's no 1 degree difference, but you do see the relationships.
Is it a secant squared or a secant cubed?
Secant square.
You need glasses.
They get glasses.
Oh, yes.
Do you guys see it? Once you get 10, what happen? I'm just kidding. Oops, not the other way. Sorry. u equal to tan of x. Secant square of x dx. So that will be integration of secant square of x du over secant square of x of u, natural log of u plus c. I'm gonna give you one more. The last one is really fast. Integration of x plus 1, you see it. You can see it right away. You know what's the difference between my class and other people's class? Nobody stand outside the door for the bell ring.
Oh, yeah, we're usually waiting for you.
No.
Breakout class here.
Because you worked till the bell.
You could more past that.
I have one more lesson to go. You got 30 seconds.
How much time do I have? 20 seconds of my time.
Challenge accepted.
Oh, there it is.
Bell.
That's the bell?
Oh, how do you want to gram?
Oh, I'm
You can factor out a 2. Did you see that? Did you see that? Okay. I'll have a great time there.
You watch TV for today?
I don't know where to get my channel. I don't show up first period. Even I don't show up the second period. Good for them. You know, I was on Thai TV 1 year. I was speaking Chinese. You did?
They first asked me to do it though, and I said no.
Why? They asked you to do it? Who asked you? Well, person?
The person that did it with you, the girl,
Who?
she's like Asian, half white, half Chinese.
I forgot what's her name.
I forgot her name too. She was in my algebra 2 class. Don't watch the Chinese TV this morning. I was cringing out so bad.
Wait, were you in the Thai TV this year?
No, but the pronunciations were butt cheeks. Thank you. Bye bye.
Yes. Huh?
Number 4, Alan win?
What?
Did Alan win?
Oh, that's a ping pong tournament.
He won. He sucked.
I was in the finals. I lost to Jared. How's the SAT questions? Can you handle them?
They were so
Okay.
hard.
I thought they were tough.
We have it since
Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm sick.
You want to take it after, or you want to take it now? No. Okay. Give me a second. Have a seat. I'll find the feed. Hey, where you been?
I had the flu yesterday.
Okay, stay away from me.
Yeah, I still kind of have it, but it's not that
Okay, go away.
I couldn't do all the homework. So. Yeah. You didn't stream a lot of it.
I did.
But you
Streamed
streamed
some.
19 minutes. Half of it is just reading demo files. We're just waiting for like Diego to answer.
Ashley, can you take it in the back?
Yeah, no. I got those, but I didn't.
Oh.
Gotta be our
Hold on.
Struggle with bio and having
And then if I do okay, then
I didn't regular. How my like these places here what?
Why you don't like her?
no, she's just not good of a teacher.
I say nothing. I don't know.
Like when I ask for help, she like doesn't really help. She's like, I don't know.
No, she gets assignments. She never teaches how to do.
Yeah.
Like when the class, look at the algorithm.
Yeah, like she just like she expects like the computer science to teach you, but like she doesn't actually go over the material. I don't know. Like I can do the homework if she teaches it to me, but she just like yeah. Well, but actually what we're doing right now, for the most part, it's like it takes a long time. How do you say yeah. That's what we're doing. It makes sense. It's just like Well, it's that. Yeah. Yeah, like make it so. Yeah, I have it. I just write it down. Why did you do one patch to politics like right? Yeah, like the assignment today, if we were doing like I would get the answer and then you'd be like, okay, that's right. And then do it.
All right, you should check your homework. You check homework with each other. Diego's not here. All right, so you guys should check with each other. If you have homework question, let me know. Laura. Here's the question. The one with the black dot. No, it's not. Shut up. Oh my god.
Oh,
There's more here.
I don't know.
Did you YouTube formula?
Thank you. High five. Can you help me post it, please?
No.
I say please.
They're gonna post it eventually. I get first. Like they're asking like me for help.
Please.
They're not gonna do it right now.
I know, but you post it, so I don't have to post it.
But it's because I don't know.
His bio is easy. Like, easy homework.
Homework? You should be helping about homework, even SAT questions.
I didn't get
Oh, I need help on the SAT.
I did that one.
That's why I need help.
The other ones were
Like I got these ones and the one he sent like the text and these two, but I didn't get the SAT. Yeah, he was
This one was. This one I did.
that's what I'm confused. Like it's like it's fine, and I didn't so kind of like.
So they did on your if the length of TV is it's like that. Yeah, what's your start?
Oh gosh, no, it's like, but I don't know. But it might be that way. But yeah, it's like, oh, I don't you do the. Then did you do the circle?
Mosquito.
Wait, what is your example?
I don't know. I got one.
So,
Wait, what do you mean you did it? I plugged it in. Oh, you plugged
Oh no. I don't
yeah. Yeah.
So it's gonna be x minus 5 squared.
All right. Shh. SAT questions. Let me know which one. Which one?
Y minus
Can you go over 4?
Four?
Yeah. Like,
Okay, let me see which one's 4.
sorry, what's the one in the
X minus y squared.
Can you go over 65 in the notebook?
Y minus 10.
Okay, let's start with 4. 4 is this.